Hi there. In this video, we're going to be looking at the try otherwise construct available inside Power Query. So to start off with, we are in add custom columns.xlsx, and we're in the try otherwise sheet. So here's the data we're going to work with. We're going to click on it, go to the Power Query tab in the ribbon, and go to get table, get data from table. Click on it. Okay, so we're going to add, here's our data. We're going to add a custom column wherein we've got all these stores. We've got the total sales from last year, the total sales from this year, and we want to know what the increase is in sales. So not the growth, but just the increase. So total sales this year minus total sales last year. How much did it get bigger or get smaller? So if we try and do that, let's go to add columns. We're going to add a custom column. We're just going to, let's call this year over year sales increase. Let's just call it that. So we're going to take, okay, so here in the formula, we're going to take total sales this year, and we're going to subtract total sales last year, and hit OK. And for these first four rows, it works just fine, because we've got total sales this year and last year. But if we come down here to the last two stores, well, for Foster, there was sales this year, but there was no sales in the year before. For Camus, there was no sales this year or last year because they were not open. And here in the table, rather than just having a blank, we've actually got the text string not open. So when we try and, if I click over here, if we try and subtract this from this, well, you can't subtract text from a number, and so you end up getting an error. In fact, you can't even subtract text from text. You also get an error. You cannot apply the operator negative to types text and text. So in Excel, you would use, there's a bunch of ways you can handle this. One of them is you could use a if error function. So you wrap the whole thing in an if error. The first argument being the calculation you want to make, and the second argument being what you want to do if there's an error. Well, we don't have that in Power Query, but we do have something pretty similar, which is actually in some ways a lot nicer. So let's click over here, our little gear icon. So here's the formula as it stood. So all we're going to do is we're going to add two keywords. We're going to add the keyword try to the beginning and otherwise at the end. And here we're going to, well, let's just do no. So the way you want to read this is try and perform the calculation, total sales this year minus total sales last year. If it works, then just use that answer. But if you get an error, do whatever comes after the otherwise keyword. In this case, null. So I'm going to click that to OK. So now every place where the calculation works, we get the number. Any place where it doesn't work because we get an error, we would get a null. So let me click over here. Just so you get the idea, I can change the null also to a 0 if I wanted to do it that way. OK. All right, well, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next video.